In this demo, we're going to show you how you can use Turbot guardrails to help you visualize your cloud organizational policies across your environments. Now, if you're familiar, for example, using AWS service control policies, there is a native console to help you manage those policies, being able to configure them through JSON policies, and then set them on targets across your organization structure. But at scale, this can get confusing on nested JSON policies. What exactly are these configurations doing? Are they applied consistently across the environment? There's basically a need for other type of visual elements to help you assess and measure and being able to manage these type of configurations. And that's essentially what a PSPM, a preventative security posture management platform, will help you with. And commonly, for a core set of configurations that you might start with for SCPs within your Amazon environments, it's just to restrict maybe what services can be used, what regions can be used. And so, for example, one of the values of Turbot guardrails is to be able to bring to light what's your preventative posture at the moment, what are the objectives that are being met or could be met through recommendations. And in this case, if I was to look at my existing SCPs and an objective to restrict which Amazon resources are allowed per region, I can get an interactive dashboard of how well that's being applied to my environment. So I am actually achieving what we call a 5 score across that objective, because in each Amazon account, I have policies that are in place. I have preventions in place to help me restrict what regions my users can actually use. And so here I have a number of like AWS control tower preventive controls. I have very specific SCP deny statements. So for example, this particular security network controls that we were looking at on the other screen, that particular part of that policy gets pulled out and shows that the common regions that I'm restricting here are these 5 particular regions. And this is helping me achieve various objectives in my environment. Because of the combination here of the services and the regions, I'm not only blocking allowed regions, but I'm also blocking very specific things like using S3 public replication across different regions. I'm restricting service usage, other objectives that I might have, and that's getting scored across. These particular controls of preventing a region are scoring well in my environment, but it may or may not be exactly the regions that I am trying to achieve in what I'm preventing. And so other type of reports would help me understand that posture and context. And so I could use Turbot guardrails to look at it from a different perspective. So here I can look at all of my accounts across all of my regions and look at any discrepancies. So this quick report is showing that I have 2 discrepancies across these 22 accounts, and I can visualize that by going through and looking at the dashboard, or just simply filter. And in this case, I actually, although I'm restricting EUS1, it's actually not part of the regions that I'm expecting to restrict. And so over time, this can happen with exceptions, or it could happen with just malformed SCP policies that are in place. And so having this type of visibility to see if there's any type of gaps or any type of posture assessments that you're not expecting, you can use these type of reports to identify that. There's also other types of visualizations where you can explore your organization and look at your posture through there and expand it further. You can also look at it from a relationship graph standpoint. And so in this case, this is exploring my Amazon organization structure, my OUs, the Amazon accounts that are associated to it. Now I can also then overlay my SCPs. And so therefore, if I wanted to then look, where are my SCPs associated, how are they associated to which Amazon accounts, I can then click through and see more details of each of those. I can choose to export this entire image or very specific views of the image in different formats or in the configuration details within JSON. I can also search the diagram. So let's say I wanted to look for a policy that had S3 in it. I could search that, and then it brings me right to the policy itself. If I want to use the relationship graphs just to look at associations, maybe see if there's things that are orphan. In this case, I have this Goliath Federal Bank. that has no SCPs related to it. That helps me identify orphaned type of accounts or SCPs, or maybe malformed relationship structures I'm not expecting. And so there's a lot of opportunity between the search, the exporting, being able to drill into more details within this visualization structure. Now there's much more to explore. And if you're interested in hooking up your Amazon organization structure or other cloud environments, you can use Turbot guardrails to assess your posture and to increase your maturity within your preventative posture management. If you're interested in getting started with Turbot guardrails, reach out to us at turbot.com/start.